Hello there. If you've been following us, we recently reviewed the Ola S1pro and the Ather 450X. Watch those videos before continuing with this. The links are in the I button. The Ather 450X and the Ola S1pro are currently direct competitors in this segment. Which one's better? Let's find out. Design. These two scooters follow different school of design. The Ather is the most sportier of the two. The angled bodywork and other design elements on the scooter are very well designed and finished. The underseat support looks amazing and completes the aesthetics of this scooter. To sum it up, the 450X looks like it's straight out of the future. On the other hand, the Ola S1pro evokes mixed emotions. Design is reminiscent of something like the Vespa. This might be how classic scooters might look in the future. It does stand out with those Wally-styled headlights. We can't really say which design is better as it is totally subjective. So it's a draw in this segment and the points will be shared. Features. Both the scooters get a 7-inch touchscreen. The Ather has features like maps, onboard documents and reverse gear. The Ola though is packed with hell lot of features. For starters, it gets speakers on which one could play music and also use it to call, and these speakers get pretty loud. Apart from this, it has a reverse gear, keyless entry, inbuilt navigation, cruise control, music and call control, hill hold assist, hypercharging, proximity unlock, moods and many others. This is amazing. The Ola is the clear winner in this segment. Suspension. The Ather's sporty design does reflect on the suspension as well. The suspension is definitely on the stiffer side. With telescopic forks in the front and a monoshock at the rear, you feel almost every bump you hit on the road. The Ola, however, has taken a very unorthodox approach in its suspension design. With a single fork in the front and a monoshock at the rear, the suspension is stiff but not as stiff as the Ather's. The Ola is much better at taking on those bad roads comfortably. So the suspension point goes to Ola. Performance. On paper, the Ola gives Ather no chance. The Ola's power unit is a 8.5 kW IPM motor with 58 Newton meters of torque and a top speed of 116 kmph in the hyper mode. Compared to the Ather's 6.2 kW motor that produces 26 Newton meters of torque with a top speed of 90 in the warp mode. But the Ather is quicker off the line. Also, the Ola struggles a bit on an uphill in the normal mode. Overall, for the top end performance, the point goes to Ola while the acceleration point goes to Ather. Tires, road grip and brakes. The Ola gets 110/70 R2L tires both in the front and the rear, whereas the Ather gets 90/90 tires in the front and 100/80 in the rear. Both the tires work well on bad and wet patches. Both the scooters also get dual disc brakes with combi brake system. The Ather gets a disc of 200mm in the front and 190mm in the rear. The Ola gets 220mm at the front and 180 at the rear. Both braking systems perform perfectly, but the Ather's rear does lock up quite often. The Ola barely edges out in this segment. Refinement. The Ola's motor is way more powerful than the Ather's and almost makes double the torque. Both the scooters whine when they accelerate, but it's the Ola which is quieter and has lesser vibrations than the Ather. Point to Ola. Battery and range. This category is where the Ola S1pro completely destroys the competition. With its 4 kWh battery, which gives a true range of 170 km on a full charge in the eco mode, the Ather 450X has a 3.7 kWh battery, which gives a true range of 105 km on a full charge in the eco mode. The Gen 3 improves it to 140 km. Good, but not the best. Since Ola has a bigger battery, it is obvious that it's gonna have longer battery life because you're gonna charge it less, hence reducing the number of charging cycles, making the battery life last longer. In the battery and range segment, the Ola clearly gets ahead of the Ather. Charging. Having a smaller battery, the Ather does charge faster. It goes from 0 to 80% in 4 hours 30 minutes using a home charger. Ather has a wide grid of hyperchargers across the country which can charge the Ather to a range of 15 km in just 10 minutes. The Ola, on the other hand, can just be charged by the portable charger provided with the scooter, which will fully charge the scooter in 6 hours 30 minutes. Ola has promised the availability of hyperchargers across India starting this Diwali. We do have to wait and see how the Ola hyperchargers work. But until then, the point goes to Ather. Boot space. The Ola S1pro has a massive 36-liter boot space which can easily store 2 half-face helmets and can still accommodate some more stuff. The Ather has to make do with 22 liters of boot space which can fit in a full-face helmet and some stuff. Not the best in class but adequate. Point goes to Ola. Footboard practicality. Scooters are used for more than just commuting. The Ather has a better footboard which is flat and can accommodate few things, whereas the Ola's hump on the footboard makes it a bit difficult to carry stuff in the front. So point Ather. Cons of Ather. With an amazing finesse, it does have some flaws. For starters, the reverse button on the touchscreen is a bit non-sensitive and is a challenge to efficiently use it. Cons of Ola. The Ola, though packed with all the features, still remains questionable for its reliability. Add to the fact that the power cuts off completely from the motor when the brakes are engaged even a little bit, makes it a bit difficult to ride it along a hilly area. Pricing. The 450X is priced at approximately 1,70,000 on road, including the FAME subsidies. And the Ola S1pro undercuts its rival at approximately 1.5 lakhs on road in Bangalore.
India is getting futuristic, and so is the EV market in India. And there are two scooters which have impressed India the most: the Ather 450X and the Ola S1pro. So which one's the better one and which one you should buy? Let's start with the design.
Design wise, this is more edgy and more appealing towards the younger audience, whereas that is more contemporary and a mature audience who prefer something like that.
Exactly. And what about the performance?
Performance wise, Ather is much quicker in its acceleration, whereas Ola beats it in the top end. We reached a top speed of about 117 km per hour, whereas that topped out at 86 km per hour.
That's amazing. So now the main question that the whole India wants to know, kitna deti hai?
So Ather claims that the real world range is around 105 kilometers. But Ather also has a database where they have observed that most of the customers don't travel more than 30 kilometers in a day, and 80 is plenty enough according to them. But that gives around 158 kilometers. So if you want more range, you know which one to pick.
So what's in it for us from the charging point of view?
Charging point of view, Ola is still planning on getting its charging stations
This Diwali.
Diwali. Whereas Ather has already a widespread network where a customer can charge their EV vehicles with the hypercharge.
Okay. And with the hypercharging, you just sip a coffee and you have 20 kilometers of range. And this is going to come in the future. So let's see what's there. But for now, you have to charge this at home.
Yeah.
What are its features?
It's an electric vehicle. It has got a touchscreen. It has got an engine kill switch, and you can save your documents on this. You don't have to carry your documents on you when you got or something. You can just show it on the screen. That's a beautiful screen.
What are the features of this?
Compared to that, this has an inbuilt navigation system from Map My India, and it has a cruise control. And on top of that, it's got a music system. The Ola comes with a keyless entry where you have to put a 6-digit PIN code to start the vehicle. In addition to all this, there are more features.
The MoveOS 3 is all set to come this Diwali, which promises features like moods, hill hold assist, and a proximity unlocking. That is amazing. Let's wait and watch how this scooter actually evolves with the MoveOS 3.0. So, what's its pricing and the availability?
So it will cost you somewhere around 1,50,000 to 1,60,000, but the waiting period is around 4 months.
And this?
This is priced around 1,40,000 and this is readily available.
So, here's the final verdict. Which one do you buy, the Ather or the Ola? Well, the comparisons are out there and I recommend you to test ride either of these before buying one. The Ather can be available at any Ather showroom, whereas the Ola can be booked via an app. So, if you want to know such more EV content, let us know in the comment sections below.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe and
Revvhard.
Revvhard.